welcome to another video. Me and Rosie are off ice skating and swimming today, and I thought I'd do as brief a video as I can on something I've been asked a lot recently, because I've had a lot of people say, oh, you're homeschooling, how do you go about doing that, what do you start with? What people seem to not realise is, as soon as your child is born, you're homeschooling them, because you're teaching them different things by how you act around them and how you speak to them and different things like that. So basically, when they turn 3, you normally shove them off into school nurseries and stuff. Twinkle's a really good site for what they would learn curriculum-wise if you want to do, if you want to keep up with schools, or if you want to do school at home. But the thing is, everybody, you need to check in your local area. Some places at the moment you don't need to inform anybody if you're homeschooling, but they are beginning to do a register. So keep an eye out on that, because eventually there will be something that you do have to register. If your child is already in school and is older, then you are in the system and you do need to let someone know, and you probably will have people demanding that they come and visit you, which I have been told you can refuse. You do not have to have the visits. Oh, good girl. She's reading now. I was trying to do a video before on her reading. She just wasn't cooperating, and now she's actually reading. So with my age, how we've started is basically, you've got all these different homeschooling styles. You've got school at home, you've got unschooling, which is where you completely let the child lead. You've got Charlotte Mason, where you use living books. You've got all these different styles of homeschooling. Now, we're a little of everything, really, because as an ex-teacher, I find it hard not to have any structure, but I also want her to be in charge of her learning child-led. So we kind of do a mixture, and I like notebooking as well. So there's videos on all of these on YouTube somewhere. You just need to search for them. Notebooking is where, when you've done a project, instead of giving your child a pop quiz or a test, they write down anything that they found useful, handy, the most interesting facts they found. It's quite surprising what some of them actually retain and actually think is more important than what you might put on a test.
I finished.
You finished? Well done. You're very pleased with yourself.
Take a picture.
No, we're not taking a picture. So how I started with Rosie was we've just always read in the morning, and reading in the morning turned into circle time, so I just added things in. So when she got old enough, I just added flashcards in for numbers and letters, and then we sing a lot. We sing a lot of rhymes, and we make up a lot of songs and make up a lot of rhymes. Babby, no one wants to see you big on it. Make up a lot of songs and rhymes. She learns really, really well through rhymes and stuff. She picks up poems really quickly if they're the rhyming structures. Yeah, if you're just starting out and you want to start with your young children, invitation to play, learning shelves, once they're old enough to start doing that sort of thing, is really, really good.
Can we do our phonics?
We will do our phonics if you give Mummy 2 minutes to do this video. Yeah?
Oh.
See, she actually wants to learn. This is where people are like, you make your child do these things. It's like she wants to learn. She asks for these things. Been a bit lax on your shelves recently, haven't I, though? But shelf work can be anything from a jigsaw puzzle to a sheet with like days of the week on that they got to put in the right order as you sing a song. Coloured pom-poms and coloured pots, and they've got to pick up the pom-poms and put them in the right coloured pot. So anything from something academic to something that works on fine motor skills, basic things like that. Your face is right in the way now. If you want more ideas on that, my earlier videos, there's a lot of videos on things like that. So she wants a picture. There we go. I took our picture. So, Rosie will turn 4 in August, which means she would start school in September. So what I'm going to do then, I haven't finished when she was 3. When she turned 3, I started thinking, right, what do I want her to learn about? How can I make learning interesting for her? So I just come up with a topic that I thought I could make big and immersive. So For example, dinosaurs. We did a dinosaur project, and I turned the living room into a rainforest. And I, sorry, she's jiggling around like anything. I turned the living room into a rainforest, and I made cardboard dinosaurs that, like, just their heads poking out, looking in the window and different things. And then I did lots of different activities, like, because we had plastic dinosaurs, I got pictures of the dinosaurs and got her to match them up. We went to our local museum, which had a dinosaur exhibition. She had dinosaur colouring pages, which we quickly learned she's interested in dinosaur colouring. Dinosaur dot to dot, anything dinosaur, kind of like just we learnt about. I made a few fact sheets. We learnt walking with dinosaurs. I just made a big immersive project. So when she came down in the morning, she was like, "Wow!" And she even had a little over by the television. She even had a little. She had a little den, which was just a piece of cardboard that stretched from the sofa to the telly, and I spiraled some tissue paper in green and hung it off the edge so it looked like it was camouflaged in with everything else, and gave her a pair of binoculars, and she got to go and sit under there and she would spy out and see what she could see. So it's
Like T-Rex.
yeah. It wasn't what people are thinking, where people think, oh, you make your 3-year-olds sit down and do work, and you make them sit down for how many hours a day. You don't have to do hours a day. You don't have to follow the curriculum. As a homeschooler, once your child hits compulsory school age, which is 5, every parent has to provide their child with an education they deem fit, which could be the school system, could be tutors, could be homeschooling, however you feel fit to do it. So how to start, lots of our earlier videos are on how to start out things on toddler learning. Babby, you're being quite aggressive. Can you not do that so hard? Toddler learning binders. I know. I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished. We have days where she learns beautifully, and I can give her a book. I mean, I got loads of those. You see them around. Those books that are in Home Bargains, Wilco's and stuff. That they go 3 to 5, 5 to 6 to 7, and stuff like that. They're great for like handwriting practice and numbers and stuff. And if your child likes worksheets and books, they're great for them. And we've worked our way through a few of them already, and she's not even 4 yet. So we've worked our way through quite a few of those. You've got the sticker books. Poundland also does the read along with me sticker books, where as they read, they have to look on the picture on the page, and as you read the story, it says, "Can you find the?" and it'll be in the picture. And when they put a sticker down the side, and different things like that. Oh, she's playing with her things. She's brought me some cake. So there's lots of different ways like that of actually, like if you want workbook stuff. Now, when I first started out with her, I was really, really worried I was going to let her down. So what I did was I made a list in the kitchen of all the different subjects that I thought were good for her to learn each day. And you'll get a lot of seasoned homeschoolers saying, oh, no, you don't learn life and subjects. Don't worry about subjects. Just do everything, like a big project. Everything will come together, the maths, the English, the science. But to me, it made me feel better that I had this list of, have we read today? Tick. Have we done maths today? Well, we counted squirrels in the park, so tick. Have we done science today? Well, we saw squirrels in the park and we looked at the bushes and we saw the different leaves, so tick. I had a list. Socialisation, children and others. So if she saw kids that day, I could tick it. If she had seen like the postman and spoke to the postman or said hello to little old ladies in the park, tick, she socialised with others. Wiggles and fine motor skills. Has she been to gym today? She gets the wiggles tick. If she's been doing scissor work or using tweezers, it's a fine motor tick. And at the end of the week, if I'd felt like, oh, we watched a lot of television, I could look at that board and go, but we've still learned. So it was for me. It wasn't for her. It was for me. It was to make me feel better. So if anyone would like to see that board, you can either look back at an earlier video, or I'll comment below and I'll see if I can find it and link it below. But yeah, I mean, if your child is really, really young, take a deep breath. Don't worry. Figure out what you would think is essential for them to learn. We started out with a community helpers project, and all about me sort of thing, so that Rosie could learn a bit about herself. Community helpers, so that she knew who to go to when she was lost. And I just thought that was really vitally important, that she knew what to do when she was lost, what she needed to do in an emergency, who she needed to ring. I felt that was really important, so I thought that should be the first topic. And then we just kind of went from there, and if she wasn't interested in the topic, I moved on, and if she suggested something, then we went with that topic. So we are slightly child-led, but child-led, you still have to facilitate them. So if they want to learn about butterflies, perhaps you'll buy a butterfly kit, or find a book on them, or... I mean, she already knows the life cycle of a butterfly. She can walk you through it like anything. And maybe you might go out into lots of different meadows and see if you can actually see how many different butterflies you can find. You still have to facilitate them, even child-led. So if they wanted to learn about, I don't know, say they were really, really into building with blocks and then trying to, like, engineering type style thing, and I'd probably have to get my husband to help facilitate her with ideas for that, because that's not my strong point. But if she was really into music, then she's already been to see an orchestra. We've got lots of different instruments. We can go and see different things. Go to a music shop, see if they'll walk her through the different instruments, things like that. We've done the orchestra already anyway. So, but we're going to redo these later on. So as she gets older, she'll get more out of the project. So we'll revisit them. So I haven't thrown any of my sheets away. And I've kept all her old ones so that she can go, look, when we did this when you were 3, this is what you learned, this is what you did. And she'll be like, ooh, and she'll be able to see her progression as well. And same reason we made this channel, if eventually they're like, what have you been doing with your child? And they start actually inspecting properly all the homeschoolers, I'll be able to go, well, look, this is our record, watch our record. So, and then it's up to them if they want to watch hours and hours of us playing and learning. Yeah. Deep breath, work out what you think is important for your child to learn. Obviously, you want your child to be able to write, count, and read. Those are the main things you want your child to be able to do. Once they can read anything and learn anything for themselves. So, yeah, try and relax. It's very daunting knowing that you're responsible for your child's entire future, because we are used to just being able to hand them off to an education system and trust that they're doing what's best for them. But a lot of parents don't trust them anymore. They don't. That's why they're home educating. They don't trust that they're doing what's best for their child anymore. Or if you have an older child, how to start homeschooling. Again, it depends. An older child homeschooling you've had to take out of a school, de-school them for a while, let them have a break, let them find their love for learning again, and then work out what learning style works best for your child. If you need to still follow the curriculum, you can find that on Twinkle, which is a website, www.twinkle.com, or I think it's .com. And you follow the curriculum, or you can just child-led, let them learn, facilitate them, just get a library card, and make sure you go out a lot. So yeah, you don't really need to do anything. You just kind of... Flashcards is the main thing we started with, and an invitation to play table with learning shelves. And if anyone wants a more in-depth video on what they are, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to leave it there for now. But any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will get to you as soon as I can. For now, it's ta-ta from me, and ta-ta from the Rosie Bear.